Hey everyone, so I've decided I'm going to start a series of video clips with some in-depth business ideas, mainly coming from this book, which is a phenomenal business building book. If you have not ever seen this before, it's not with any of the big, New York Times types of publishers. It's Michael Masterson. It's a guy who he himself has grown, multiple multi-million-dollar businesses from scratch, many of them. He literally breaks down business to a science in this book. And I want to go through a lot of the techniques and some of the stories and some of the strategies he talks about in this book, so you can understand exactly wherever you're at in your business, or if you're in a job in a company, understanding where the company is, so you can help take wherever you're at to the next level. So in this quick video, I just want to break down what he actually talks about. Really, there's 4 stages of business growth. Really, there's 5. But he doesn't really cover the 5th one. He basically says the 5th one is when you basically become a corporate company. And basically the mentality of a corporate company winds up being we have to preserve what we've built up to this point. And generally happens at about the $100 million a year point. And then, what kind of happens at that point, the preservation point, there's a whole other science and psychology about running organizations on that level. But dealing with things from starting to 100 million, he breaks it down to 4 stages. So I'm going to basically, while doing this video, I'll break down the 4 stages, and then in the future videos, I'll go a little bit more into depth of what those 4 stages are. So the 4 stages are the nothing to $1 million a year stage. Basically what you're doing at this stage is you are figuring out what product it is that we're offering, how do we sell it to the market, what does the market actually want, and figure exactly those types of things out. And this can be anything from an innovative product to a commodity type of product that you're building with a unique brand or some other unique method of building your business. One of the things he comments here is that you don't want to be a Me Too business in the beginning stages, for sure not in any type of business, because you're going to run into so many hurdles. Anybody who's chasing after a Me Too type of business, it's going to be a recipe for failure. Because people who are already ahead of you know a lot more about your market. They understand a lot more about what the customers need, and you come in with those disadvantages trying to copy what they do, it's always going to wind up being a failure unless you can find some unique way to be able to bring that product to a market. Okay, and he says the first stage of business is generally going to be one of the hardest because you're getting things ready to go. The biggest challenges in that frame is that you don't have clue generally what you're doing. You're just trying to go to the next step and move forward. Stage 2 is when you kind of get that, what he calls the optimal selling strategy down, and it's from the $1 million to the $10 million mark. And this is generally what happens is that the companies will generally feel like, we got something, we're growing fast, and it's usually great. It's pretty smooth sailing until they get to the $10 million point, and then what winds up happening is they have the issue that the operational side starts to suffer. So they got the selling part of it down, but the operational side of the business suffers, and they have to start balancing out how do we manage the operational side, the operations side of the business to actually fulfill, and the sales. And his general advice is, listen, this is going to be a messy stage. Right? It's going to be a messy stage. It's going to be a messy process. It's going to be a lot of fun because you're going to make a lot of money, but the kind of thing to be looking at is, listen, if things are broken in the business, as long as you take care of the fundamentals, that there's customers coming in and the customers are getting what they need, right, you can let some of these things develop. Once that starts breaking down, the core element of the business, once it starts breaking down, and usually happens at about the $10 million mark. Again, all these are are ranges. That's when you have to kind of move to the next step. So generally, we have to pull back. You have to get your operations in place to be able to get to then what he says is the $10 to $50 million mark. If you got the operational side of your business down, and then get a good marketing side of your business down, that's then when you can grow from $10 to the $50 million mark. And then on top of that, also he talks about becoming a multi-product company. This is when you hit that stage, the stage 3 type of business, you need to really be selling multiple types of products to be able to expand your reach into a marketplace. And then this is then how you get to the 4th stage of business, where you have managing that entire organization to be able to actually kind of grow at that point. So those are the 4 stages of business, literally from nothing to the point of getting to $100 million a year in a business. I'm going to go into a lot more depth, a lot more strategies and information from his book in the subsequent videos. Hope you enjoy. What do you think? Leave a comment below and let me know.